You often see the degenerate and downright disgusting behavior some YouTubers display, but what if I told you that some of the more degenerate and creepy predators are all over TikTok, starting with Laimi. Laimi is a popular TikToker from the Bay Area in California who doesn't make any special content besides singing, dancing, and a few relatable jokes. The TikToker isn't as popular for his content as he is for being himself, which means that to his fans and followers, he is the joke. His comments on TikTok are filled with people making fun of him while spamming the frog emoji because of how much they think he looks like a frog. In 2021, Laimi was caught texting some of his underage fans in very inappropriate ways. In the now deleted chats that took place over Instagram, Laimi was caught saying some very creepy things which would cause an uproar all over the internet. As a response to the outrage, Laimi went and made an apology video which wasn't exactly received the way he would have expected.
So I know this video is gonna have to come out sooner or later, sooner now before everything gets worse. But to all the allegations and all the screenshots, it's just me coming clean about everything and telling you the truth. So yes, everything that you've seen, everything that has happened, yes, it's true.
However, the apology caused another outrage, as Laimi was in no way sorry for what he had done. Instead, he called himself the bigger person in the situation and acted like he wasn't the one who started texting the teenagers in a sexual manner. The outrage caused by his apology led him to make another apology, which was just as poorly received as the first.
It did happen. I was texting him, and knowing me being the bigger person, I should have stopped it the first message I got.
In his second apology, he once again failed to take responsibility for what he had done. According to some comments, he was more angry that he got caught than he was actually sorry for what he had done. Laimi's lack of self-awareness gained so much attention that his former partner and fellow creator, Jamie510, publicly announced that he would no longer be associating himself with or making videos with Laimi.
But this is me basically coming out and saying, I no longer associate myself with Hein.
Sadly, the TikToker got away with it with no repercussions and is still posting videos on the platform to this day, which is very different from another TikToker who disappeared ever since he was caught live on camera. Johnny Elbows is a 37-year-old man who has been off the grid after being outed as being attracted to children. However, while he is a lot older than Laimi, his situation is not the same. The TikToker rose to fame when his friend Mario posted a video of him that went viral. In a few months, he gained about 100,000 subscribers on his own personal account, where he kept his viewers entertained by literally doing anything and everything to please them.
Let's go! Oh my god!
Once again, in this scenario, the creator himself was the meme. Johnny saw the peak of his TikTok career out, but it all crashed down after a single crazy statement he made on one of his live videos. In this video, Johnny was moving away from some children who he said were always trying to bother him. He avoided getting bullied by them, so he and his cameraman, Mario, moved to the park where he sat down and was telling the children to back off. It was at that moment that he said one of the most bizarre things a 36-year-old man could ever say on the internet.
Come on, dude, get real.
I don't have Snapchat. I don't even go on there.
I just want to be friends.
We are friends, but...
Alright, they're leaving you. I'm sorry, I apologize about this, everybody.
Especially that girl in the shorts. She keeps looking at me.
Leave them alone, John. Don't pay them no attention, man. If you don't give them any attention, they won't bother you. You know what I mean?
She does have a cute butt, though.
No, John.
The comment was certainly strange, but at one point, a lot of his followers barely saw what was wrong with the comment because they thought of him as a teenager who was at most 17 years old. However, thanks to comments from people who personally knew Johnny Elbows, a lot of people were only finding out about how old the guy really was. Some commenters argued that Johnny was mentally with the mind of a child. The fact that he believed the children were out to bully him, despite him being almost 40, were all the signs they needed to believe he did not have the mental capacity for the internet. Eventually, he made an apology video announcing to the world that he would be leaving TikTok and taking down all of his videos.
I'm sorry. If you want, you can put me in a home. I don't mind it. I'll be away from everybody else anyways.
After that incident, nobody heard from Johnny ever again, but unlike Johnny Elbows, who was outed because of a single statement that was made by a mistake, Buddy Haynes is probably one of the most intentional predators the internet has ever seen. His story involves multiple Snapchat receipts, disturbing videos, and a successful sting operation. Buddy started TikTok in 2018 when the platform had just taken off. To become an internet sensation, he posted dancing and singing videos and duets to impress his audience. However, with his little taste of fame, he began making his infamous bad boy videos.
You don't have to be funny. Hell, you don't even have to be really that good looking. What they really want is they want a Batman in the streets and a Joker in the sheets.
The videos were very disturbing, but there was nothing slowing him down. His creepy behavior only got worse from that moment on. He began making duets with other TikTokers who all looked underage.
Ow! Ow, Charlie! Ow!
The duets quickly gained attention and opened the floodgates to a lot of questions about the middle-aged creator being a possible deviant. However, he wasn't completely exposed until a creator known as Bithoji made a video calling him out for making very inappropriate advances on underage girls.
On the 2nd of October 2018, a TikToker by the name of Bithoji would upload a video explaining that the Buddy had been acting a little unethical behind the scenes.
Buddy Boudet talks to girls from the ages of like 12 to 15. He messages them on Instagram with very lewd videos and lewd messages and pictures, etc. A group of people, including myself, called him out on it, and now law enforcement is taking over.
After she made the video, many girls started to come to her to expose their disturbing conversations with Buddy, and a YouTuber who goes by Jay Aubrey reached out to some of these girls to get solid evidence against Buddy.
I reached out to one of these girls who gratuitously handed me a number of screenshots and videos sent to her on Snapchat and Instagram by the Buddy himself. Keep in mind he was reportedly well aware of her age at the time.
Why don't you just send me something? Well, it's like blowing a kiss or something. If you don't want to, that's fine. Maybe next week we can meet? Just meet you and see you, honestly. Maybe meet in Nashville or something.
And of course, it doesn't change once he got her phone number.
You're a hottie and I'm an ugly.
Oh, so I see some sugar daddy action at play here. Well done, Brandon.
Sent you something on Snap. Oops, may I be honest?
Yeah, sure, haha.
I sent those videos because I'm sorta turned on and wanted to tease.
As creepy as those messages are, the videos he sent to her were far more disturbing.
So what were those videos, you may ask? Well, good thing she sent me some of those too.
Keep in mind that Buddy was well aware he was speaking to a minor, and this is just one of many who admitted to being by the 26-year-old TikToker. He eventually disappeared, leading everyone involved to believe he was arrested and gone for good, but that wasn't the case. Buddy returned to the internet with everything terrible to say about the people who wanted him away from children. The old TikToker would roam the internet freely once again until a YouTuber known as Activist's Plug pretended to be a teenage girl to bait Buddy into meeting him at an open location.
Oh, Lord have mercy. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
What you up to?
I'm just hanging out.
Just hanging out?
Yep.
Not meeting a friend?
No.
This last bit of exposure seemed to put the final nail in the coffin to end Buddy's creepy run on TikTok, but after that, he disappeared from the internet and was rumored to have been arrested by the police for driving slowly around a school. Well, that was until 2021, when he came back to YouTube under the name Papa Freak and made a video telling his side of the story and apologizing.
Maybe I should have been more adamant about, okay, maybe this is not the right video. Maybe we could do something different. But I didn't. That's on me.
The day finally went under the radar, giving everyone the impression that he had learned his lesson for good, but he seemed like a fully grown man with the mental capacity of a child. However, hardly anyone tried to make excuses for him. On the other hand, after all, the TikToker seemed absolutely unforgivable. But when it comes to being unforgivable, Jupiter takes the cake. The TikToker lives in his own delusions, admits to his own crimes, and takes it out on everyone to accept him for who he is. However, he was caught on multiple occasions sending the strange strangers' videos and texts to underage girls, despite being a 25-year-old man. Jupiter earned the nickname The Hybrid after he went on and on about how he was born a cross between a werewolf mother and a vampire father.
I'm a hybrid between vampire and werewolf. I'm a hybrid. My dad's a vampire, my blood dad's a vampire, my blood mom's a werewolf.
On top of being absorbed by his own delusions, the TikToker openly admits he has fantasies of burying people close to him who might have offended him in one way or another. The TikToker was brought to the spotlight by another content creator known as Linda Binder, who made a 6-episode podcast interviewing Jupiter for the whole world to get to know him better. Thanks to Linda Binder, the internet found out he was a man with the mind of a child with a few psychotic tendencies. They also found out he had a thing for inappropriately talking. And just to prove, there's video evidence to incriminate him if he ever becomes a predator.
I know that you want this badly. This werewolf is very hot for you.
As if that wasn't enough, his former colleague who made those podcasts with him also made a documentary on every illegal act he had done with while giving a sneak peek at one of the atrocities he had committed.
Jupiter, can I still send you pictures of myself even if I'm underage? Because I'm only 13.
It's up to you, sweetie, if you want to, because I don't mind. If you do, I don't mind. Do you plan on turning me in if I say yes?
No, I would never.
I'd lower the consent all the way to 16 if you guys wanted me to. Or I'd even change it to 15 if you guys wanted me to.
In the video, Jupiter asked if the girl he was talking to would turn him in if he said yes, meaning he knew very well the kind of offense he was committing but did it anyway. Jupiter may have gotten away with this behavior despite showing so much serial killer energy, but a lot of people have reported him to the police for investigations in the hope that he is taken away from the public completely. His story, while similar to the next we are about to show you, ends very differently as the next TikTok supervillain does get arrested for being a predator. Brandon is a 20-year-old TikToker who became popular after posting a video of him asking Dixie D'Amelio to date him. He started to lose relevance after his first viral video, so he did one of the most bizarre things you certainly never would have thought of to gain attention.
Got another one for the girls. How about no menstruation March? You cannot menstruate in the month of March. Is this a good idea?
As you were just forced to see, Brandon made reverse No Not November jokes for women. His videos resurfaced again, which forced people to expose the skeletons in his closet.
That's fine! I did kiss a 9-year-old!
Yes, you heard that correctly. He kissed a 9-year-old, and he was in no way apologetic or ashamed of it. In the heat of everything, Brandon thought that he should be forgiven and pardoned for his crimes because other content creators have gotten away with it. He went live on Instagram to talk about how content creators such as EDP committed similar crimes, but is still roaming free to this day.
EDP doesn't... I think EDP is still on TikTok, by the way. I've seen his account pop up on my For You page.
Brandon got arrested by the police. The creepy TikToker was eventually released, and he tried to make a comeback on TikTok, but the internet just wasn't having it. Many content creators came out to remind the public of who he was and why he should be avoided.
This video is quite Lauren Gray. If you're not Lauren Gray, please keep on scrolling.
No, I suggest you stay right the f*** here. Here's a reminder of who that person in the video clip was. This man is Brandon Heberlin. He was arrested on July 31st by the Eastern Kentucky Police Department. He was charged with 4th-degree assault, 3rd-degree sexual abuse, and 2nd-degree unlawful imprisonment.
Just like Brandon, Dylan has many people on his case who are waiting for the day he faces justice and is taken as far away from minors as possible. The content creator is famous on TikTok and Instagram, where he makes videos acting like the main character in a romantic fantasy. A lot of people might be confused about how someone like him managed 400,000 followers by making content like that, but it makes sense when you consider the fact that a lot of his fans and followers are teenage girls. Sadly for them, Dylan holds nothing back when it comes to texting his underage fans in the most bizarre and creepy ways you can think of. The TikToker still walks free and is still posting, but a lot of content creators have come out to publicly warn people of his predatory behavior. One of those creators creators, known as Your Favorite Guy on TikTok, who claims to have known him before he turned 18, exposed some of his inappropriate texts to children around the ages of 13 and 14.
This is Dylan Zippy. But this is also Dylan Zippy. This is Dylan Zippy, a 14-year-old. This is Dylan Zippy, a 13-year-old. This is Dylan Zippy, a 14-year-old. Dylan Zippy is 20 years old, and I knew him before he was 18. The reason I knew him was because there was a Snapchat group chat of a bunch of TikTokers, and we were both in it. And this was before all this stuff came out about him. While we were both in this group chat, it came out that while he was 17, he was multiple 14-year-olds, multiple 13-year-olds. I told him to cut it out. Did he? Not at all. Us creators ended up contacting his parents about his behavior. They made him deactivate the account, but since then he's moved out. Unsurprisingly, 2 years later, he has once again been caught trying to and meet up with 14-year-olds.
However, the outrage pushed the TikToker to make an apology video that wasn't so well accepted by the public.
Talk to you guys for a bit. This is my apology video. So for anyone out there, I just want to say I'm sorry. I did not mean to be creepy in any way. I just wanted to be a nice person and to sing for her. And I did not know that she was 14. She didn't tell me her age.
Dylan didn't seem to have any remorse for what he did, but instead wanted people to stop hating him for the crimes he committed. Moreover, the apology didn't seem to do anything to slow him down. Other creators talked about how they successfully baited him by pretending to be minors, and how he still pretended to be a 14-year-old boy so that he could flirt with younger teenagers. Not much has been done about the predatory TikToker, and his videos still seem to be out on the internet, but the TikToker who has been following up on his case recently updated that he has been fired from the trampoline park where he works with children.
Dylan Zippy got fired from the Sky Zone he worked at, which is a trampoline park where he works with a bunch of little kids who come there to jump on trampolines. This guy Jake hit me up and was telling me about how he knew what trampoline park Dylan Zippy worked at, and I think he worked at multiple. And the reason he knew this is because his friend was working with Dylan Zippy, and last week he hit me up and it was like, he got fired from his work, and I said,
while we wait for further actions from appropriate authorities, Dylan should not be allowed anywhere near people below the age of 18 before he pulls the final plug that would not just land him in jail, but ruin an innocent child's life forever. But on a more drama-filled and light-hearted note, let's go over the controversial and somewhat degenerate lifestyle of Neon and his girlfriend Sam. Sam began appearing frequently in Neon's live streams, their toxic dynamic becoming a staple of his content. On the surface, they seemed like a happy yet dysfunctional couple, with Sam even gifting Neon a $20,000 Rolex, purchased with the help of her ex, Jack Doherty, a name you'll need to remember. But behind the scenes, rumors swirled about Sam's true motives. Was she just using Neon for clout, money, and subscribers? The last straw came with streaming kingpin Adam Ross dramatically exposed Sam's duplicity in a bombshell livestream, with allegations that Sam secretly flew out another guy during their Las Vegas trip, despite failing a lie detector test where she claimed not to have slept with anyone for weeks. Love, lies, and leeches. The scandal surrounding Neon and his girlfriend Sam has it all. You might wonder, how on earth did we end up here in the first place? To find out, let's rewind to when Neon first met Sam at the OnlyFans content house party thrown by Jack Doherty. When they first met, they instantly started fighting by throwing abuse at each other. Their personalities clashed from the start, with Neon even trolling OnlyFans girls, including Sam, and asking them to convert to Islam. But over time, something changed. Before that, you should know who Sam is. Who is Sam? Samantha Frank, otherwise known as Sam, is a TikTok and Instagram influencer with over 780,000 followers on the respective platforms. Before finding fame online, Sam was a cheerleader at her high school in Long Island. In contrast, 19-year-old YouTuber Neon has cultivated his online fame in the gaming world, known for his NBA 2K videos, appearing on streams with Adam Ross. Neon has earned over 670,000 YouTube subscribers. Their paths crossed when both moved into a creator house together. Since getting to know one another, they started vlogging and doing IRL live streams, showing their daily lives, which made Sam and Neon grow closer. Sam would even go on to gift Neon a luxurious $20,000 Rolex, showing the depths of her feelings. As days went by, Neon developed feelings for her, and Sam started appearing in more of his streams after his audience requested her presence. becoming a staple part of his content. But right from the start, something was fishy, as Neon's friends started to notice that Sam was acting as Neon's girlfriend, not out of love, but only to suck all the money and clout from his audience. The lie detector test. One of the biggest revelations exposing Sam's lies happened in Las Vegas during the infamous lie detector test. On the surface, Sam seemed confident and transparent, willing to prove her faithfulness to her boyfriend with hard evidence. However, the test results told a very different story. When asked simple questions about her body count and relationships, such as how many people had she slept with and more, she got green lights for the first 2 questions. After that, it was only disaster as she got red, and again red. The device flagged red repeatedly, indicating that Sam was definitely hiding something. Of course, Sam tried waving it away, making excuses that lie detectors aren't totally accurate, but the proof was in the footage. She clearly failed big time, despite trying to cheat the test. Naturally, she quickly backpedaled, making flimsy excuses that polygraphs aren't completely accurate, but the damage was done. The lie detector incident only confirmed what many had already suspected about Sam's true nature. The fallout since has only gotten worse as Sam's web of lies continues unraveling, but the test will remain a key moment foreshadowing her hypocrisy, and what's coming next is truly mind-blowing. Days after the lie detector test, Adam Ross went on stream and dropped major bombshells, exposing Sam's lies and manipulation for all to see. He revealed that during their Las Vegas trip, while Sam was lying and accusing Neon of flirting with other girls, she hypocritically flew out another man to meet her in her hotel room on the very same night after being caught lying in the lie detector test. Despite her claims that he just slept over, Aiden asserted that they clearly had sex, given her history of deceit. And it doesn't stop there. Aiden also shared that Sam was having breakfast with this illicit hookup the very next morning, and shamelessly trying to put it on someone else's tab, all while Neon waited in his room, oblivious, thinking Sam was his loyal girlfriend. He also wasted no time calling out Sam for strategically mentioning his name in an old TikTok, back when she was relatively unknown. According to Aiden, Sam was intentionally name-dropping him even before she gained fame, as a calculated play to gain attention. Aiden referred to Sam as a genius, but not in an endearing way. He believes she knew exactly what she was doing by casually referencing Aiden, who had a much bigger following at the time. Aiden called it a tactical decision by Sam to try gain traction off his popularity. Aiden wouldn't miss, describing Sam as a demon who deliberately used his name before she was widely recognized herself. Aiden suggested Sam's motivation was purely to go viral and get a reaction from him, which is a part of her apparent clout-chasing strategy, which she is allegedly doing with Neon now. On the other hand, Sneeko, who is also one of the close friends of Neon, pulled no punches, sharing his thoughts and perceived dysfunction between Neon and Sam. Having witnessed their lie detector test firsthand, Sneeko categorizes their relationship as a fans funnel, implying Sam is using Neon as a means to boost her OnlyFans following. In Sneeko's view, if this relationship was authentic, Sam would have deleted her OnlyFans account by now, but the fact that she maintains it indicates to him that the relationship is an act. Part of what Sneeko labels an entertainment scheme for fame and money, not real love. In typically unfiltered fashion, Sneeko called out those following their antics as dumb and idiots for falling for what he perceives as an inauthentic, engineered online soap opera. And it looks like Neon is openly facing backlash from his own friends. During a stream with Don Toliver, the rapper called out Neon for abandoning his day one friends, who played a significant role in his rise to fame, all for a clout-chasing OnlyFans girl. He blasted Neon for ditching his real friends just to get attention from a hoe that does OnlyFans. Even when Neon tried to explain and say he would never abandon his real friends, Don Toliver kept pressing him, saying the chat was confirming that Neon 100% switched up and traded on his homeboys. Neon tried to justify it by saying he's just been focused on his grind, but Don Toliver wouldn't buy this at all. And as Neon was talking to Sneeko, asking him to accept who she is, Sneeko just straight up laughed and hung up. The seeds of Neon and Sam's doomed relationship were shown early on, and introducing Sam to HS Tiki Toki was a very bad idea for both Neon and HS. HS would accuse Sam of stringing Neon along purely for clout, money, and attention, not because she genuinely cares about him. They both started to argue, and he would go on to attack her OnlyFans career, saying she wasn't wifey material, while Neon cowardly sat silent. As evidence, HS points to the fact that they haven't slept together, despite spending copious time dating these past weeks. Sam tried justifying the delay, but HS refused to buy it. He bluntly asserts that if Sam truly desired Neon, they would have been intimate by now. HS clearly believes this is all an act by Sam to siphon Neon's audience, not fueled by real feelings. When HS leveled the same accusations directly at a conflicted Neon, he avoided overtly criticizing Sam, but also didn't defend her strongly. At that moment, HS saw it clearly. Sam was just toying with Neon for money and attention. His reluctance to support her against attacks said it all. Having weathered an onslaught of accusations about Sam's intentions, this was the final straw. Sure enough, Sam immediately ditched Neon and walked out of the room. The situation involving Neon and Sam just keeps getting more complex, but who started it all? It all tracks back to Jack Doherty. For those who don't know Jack, he is a key figure who introduced Neon and Sam at an OnlyFans creator party he hosted. So, we can already see his influence in brewing up this drama. Not only is Jack Sam's ex-boyfriend, but surprise surprise, he also manages her OnlyFans account currently. So Neon's new girlfriend has her ex-boyfriend, aka Jack, manage her adult content. That's an extremely questionable dynamic with massive red flags. Reportedly, Jack and Sam have known each other since way back. They apparently dated in high school before reconnecting as adults and going into business together. And if that wasn't enough, Jack himself has a long history of controversies, from disturbing pranks to getting shamed on Dr. Phil to even kissing one of the island boys. This is clearly a man who has his own drama and a fair share of scandals. In a recent tweet, Adam Ross announced that he is no longer friends with Neon. In his tweet, he stated, "It's okay, we have HS now, all that matters. Cuffham and Sweater are moving out here full time, Fuzi coming back too, it's okay." He then had a talk with Neon, explaining the situation. In an exchange captured on a Kick livestream, Adam Ross confronted Neon about the dysfunctional relationship with Sam that was slowly damaging his inner circle.
Telling your shit about me and all these people, bro, you're feeding your information about the boys. That's what I'm also pissed at.
How am I doing that?
I'm a lifelong person in your life, right? That is a temporary person, bro. Remember that.
Aiden expressed concern for Neon's judgment, calling out the toxicity and manipulation at play. He stated that Neon is easily influenced, losing himself in Sam's warped reality. Neon confessed that he initially exploited Sam for content when they met, but claimed it evolved into something real. Aiden remained unconvinced, asking him not to lose himself over a temporary girl. He warned Neon that Sam has entitlement issues, treating others as just characters in her own narcissistic main character fantasy. Aiden even referenced the TikTok video where Sam was claiming that she had contacted Aiden, even though they didn't know each other. But nothing can prepare you for the next degenerate story about a TikToker that I mentioned earlier in this video who goes by the name of Jupiter online. Meet Jupiter, the most degenerate and disturbing TikToker, from threatening to his enemies.
Your deepest, darkest fantasy. My darkest fantasy is to watch all those who wronged me by my hand.
To flirting with his viewers.
Twitter, can I still send you pictures of myself even if I'm because I'm only 13?
It's up to you, sweetie, if you want to, because I don't mind. If you do, I don't mind.
Jupiter takes the cake when it comes to being crazy. The 25-year-old got popular on TikTok in a way you would never expect, from cringe TikTok dances, outlandish statements, to even threatening his fans. Jupiter never fails to surprise me with the way he acts. The TikToker admits to his own crimes, being caught on multiple occasions sending the weirdest videos and texts to girls, despite being a fully grown man. But besides the crimes Jupiter has committed, he also claims to be half werewolf and half vampire, claiming his parents are the reason why. He also claims he has special powers from it, mentioning that he inherited the powers from his mother and father, who supposedly are part werewolf and part vampire too. And if you think it couldn't get any worse, you were mistaken. Jupiter also believes he is immortal and can live for over 1 billion years. However, quickly after Jupiter blew up on TikTok, a video started circulating online where he was caught on a Discord call with multiple girls. During the call, Jupiter would go on to say some very questionable things that definitely wouldn't help with the allegations people had against him.
Twitter, Can I still send you pictures of myself even if I'm because I'm only 30?
It's up to you, sweetie, if you want to, because I don't mind. If you do, I don't mind. Do you plan on turning me in if I say yes?
No, I would never.
I lower the age all the way to 16 if you guys wanted me to. Or I even change it to 15 if you guys wanted me to.
However, if you remember how Jupiter lives in his own fantasy, believing he is part werewolf and vampire, you will soon find out the constant delusions that come out of his mouth. He also believes that the people he fantasizes romantically can feel the same connection as him, Jupiter even using a stuffed animal to cast what he believes are magical spells on his victims. And if you think the story of Jupiter isn't crazy enough for you, there is way more to talk about. He also thinks his stuffed animals are alive, mentioning that they need a new human body for them to go into. But of course, we can't mention Jupiter without also talking about his most infamous friend, Linda Binder, a 23-year-old TikToker with over 300,000 followers on all respective platforms. She is mainly known for talking to random people on TikTok, one of these people being Jupiter. They would duet each other and go live together frequently. Linda Binder would constantly troll Jupiter, flirting with Jupiter to get a reaction, even going as far as saying she will go on a date with him.
I came from someone who was nothing and came into something else, you know?
You can to me.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, after this, we can talk on Facebook and I can take a shower for you. Because that's what I was planning on doing tonight, this early morning anyway.
What do you mean take a shower? Like...
Well, since I have the master bedroom and everything, I sometimes let the women I'm close to watch me shower if I'm, like, in a relationship.
However, after they first interacted, Linda would ask some normal questions. That was until Jupiter confessed his love to her and mentioned how he wanted to marry Linda Binder. But Jupiter's relations with the TikToker wouldn't end there. Jupiter now thinks they are dating.
Trying so hard not to laugh out of joy for this, but Linda?
Yes?
Will you become my queen? Will you become my mate for life?
Oh my gosh, I would love to. I'm literally on all fours right now.
Yeah. Where do you want to get married? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I don't know. Anywhere. We can do it under a bridge.
People say that vampires and werewolves can't go out during the day. Yeah, we can. We can. We can go out in the light. I'm a special breed, meaning I'm a daywalker, meaning I'm able to walk.
Even mentioning that he would kill anybody who got in his way of their relationship.
Your deepest, darkest fantasy.
My darkest fantasy is to watch all those who wronged me by my hand. That's my darkest one. It makes me want, it's just one of my darkest fantasies of doing. I want to kill everybody who's wronged me.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm going to say. I want to kill those who have wronged me as a person. I can make those people disappear. There's places out here in Idaho where I can bury bodies and no one would think to look.
Have you done it before?
Not really done it, but actually thought of it. There are some people I want to bury out somewhere in Melba where no one will ever think to look.
And if this isn't bad enough, he also goes into extreme detail about his plans of how he would do it and how easy it would be to get away with it. However, in a future live stream, Linda would end up confronting Jupiter with the allegations people had against him, and Jupiter's response was nothing more than expected. He would then go on to say that it was all an act for the camera and was his form of a power move, even using the excuse that being nicotine was the reason he acted the way he did, even claiming that it was a setup.
You want us to address the board again?
I was set up. I was really set up. I was set up. I was tired. I was nicotine and I wasn't thinking straight.
Linda also made the claim that Jupiter, his ex-roommate, and his brother all used to be. However, even with Jupiter's eyes set on Linda Binder, he would still pursue his dark fantasy for girls.
Sophia, I know that you want this badly. This werewolf is very for you. And if you like what you see, then take it. Because this is your way of knowing that we're gonna date. So, there you go, Sophia. My love. Gave you a kiss. And also, love you so much. This is the reason I want you to date me, is because you're... and I wish...
He even caught on live, admitting to his own crimes.
It is with a humble heart that I, Jupiter, aka Corbin Pennell, I'm hated for those crimes. I ask the world's forgiveness, as well as those who I've wronged, Bree, and all those other named souls that I have wronged. It was never really what was supposed to be. And I apologize for those actions that I have taken. I am Corbin and Jupiter. And I give you my solemn word that it will never happen again. I beg your forgiveness for the that I have done. And to the rest of the world, I was a pedophile. But I have seen the error of my ways and wish to be forgiven of my crimes. And to all those others that I have hurt and wronged, I ask you to forgive me. I was never meant to hurt anyone.
However, after this surfaced on TikTok, Linda Binder's satire act for the camera was over, and she would go on to contact his local police department, who later ended up searching his house, finding no evidence. Linda would also go on to accuse Jupiter of some disturbing acts, such as Jupiter talking to multiple girls at the same time. However, Linda says that unfortunately they can't pursue any legal action since Jupiter has mental issues, but he would come out to apologize for his actions and agreed that what he did was wrong. But not even 24 hours later, Jupiter would go on to contradict that apology, being caught allegedly talking to a 15-year-old girl about having relations with them, but people soon realized the monster that Jupiter truly was. His apology clearly had no remorse, and he was willing to commit these crimes over and over again. Jupiter also doesn't care about what people say about him, and that he will forever act the way he does. Jupiter is a disgusting human, and while we wait for further actions from the authorities, he should be kept as far away from kids as humanly possible before it's too late and he ruins an innocent kid's life. And if you want to know more about Jupiter's inhumane actions, Linda Binder posted a documentary on her YouTube channel exposing even more about what Jupiter did and his horrible past.